Okay, this is our next step. We're just gonna have to kind of pull that up and pull this up over here and try to hook them together. So we're gonna see how this goes right here. Like that, yeah, okay. Like that. Pull that up and lift this and kind of hook that like so. Okay, so I got it hooked. Now I'm gonna have to reposition this. Because let's see here, I want the edge of the chain to come out this way a little bit. I'm glad I'm checking this out in the garage. Because I'd hate to have this done out in the snow, huh? You know, I've got that hooked, and I think that actually gets pushed that way. I'm going to have to look at my directions. Have to look at my directions. See how I got it right there. Okay, but then it gets wrapped back around the back side of the tire. You see the colored cable that I have, that's the cable, and that goes on the back side of the tire. Okay? So I'm gonna have to kind of slide that over and kind of pull the other stuff together. And the next step would be pull side chain together to the center of the tire and hook the red flat fastener into one of the links like that. And see, when I look at that, here we've got the red hook is right there, and I think it's going to be hooked right on this little bit of chain right there. Okay, and so we'll see. You just do one step at a time. Okay, that's what it tells me to do next, right? And if I want to look at that a little bit more, I'm going to hook that just like that. And then it says push cable hoop to backside of tire, making sure the cross chain is centered on the tread face. This is the cross chain. See this line, that's on the center of your tire. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing here. So we've got this here, we've got that hooked, and we're gonna pull this together, and let's just see. We got that hooked. I just have it hooked like that. I'm going to push this to the back side, and see, this is where the center of the tire needs to be. Line. See how it's already kind of going where it needs to be, like that. Okay. Okay. And remember, we've still got these hooks, this other thing. So far, so good. Okay. We're getting there. Do you want to pay somebody when you go out in the snow? Sometimes they have guys who put on chains, and I don't know how much they charge nowadays. It might be, who knows, $30, $30, $40 or more. And if you don't have any chains with you, they might sell you a pair of chains out on the freeway somewhere. If you don't have any chains, but they're going to be expensive. I'll tell you what, they're going to be twice as expensive. I forget how much these chains were, by the way. I think they might have been 120 bucks or so. And like I say, there's different brands. You've got chains like this. You also have ones with cables that go boom, 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 and different size cables. We decided not to do that. We thought chains would be just fine to grab into the snow and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm pushing that over so that the chain, the middle, the cable hoop is to the backside, making sure the cross chain is centered on the tread face. This cross chain right here is lined up. And see, that's this chain right here in the middle as it goes. Okay? Because this bit of chain is going to kind of line up around here, okay? So far, it's looking like this, isn't it? I was getting confused before. I was like, okay, how are you going to put the chain on underneath the tire and not have it get messed up around the axle and all that kind of stuff? Well, so far so good, right? And so now, we've got this hook thing here at the bottom of the tire. Locate the red fastener and red draw chain. Pull both outward to eliminate slack and tangles. Feed the draw chain around the opening of the fastener and pull the draw chain tight, locking a link into the notch on the fastener. Okay, so I look at that, and it looks like the chain's coming, and so I'm not even doing anything with this end. Remember, see here, here's the end of that, right there. And we've got some hoops, some red hooks here. I'm not sure what that's all about just yet, but I don't think I have to mess with that. You see, that's those hoops right in there. So I'm just concerned about these two things right there, and I want to try to take up the slack. And so as I'm doing this, I'm gonna lower this down a little bit on my tripod. We'll see here what's going on. And see, there's no way you're going to take up all the slop and slack, because we can't get all the way underneath the tire, can we? Just yet. But we're going to do the best. We're going to do the best we can. See how close I can get it right there? Okay, so I'm going to set that on there and try to get that as tight as I can. Like that. Okay? See? I just hooked it, so that's hooked together like that. And I know this is about centered on there, like so. Looking at that, make sure I'm kind of centered. See, it's still, I don't have it tight all the way just yet. But I've got it hooked. And now I look over here. Feed the rubber end of the draw chain through the red rings. Stretch the rubber handle tight and hook on the adjacent side. Boom, boom, and take that and hook it over. However, no, it may not be possible to use both red rings and same tire on some tire sizes. So we'll see if we can do both of those or not. However, use both rings when possible. Move the vehicle. Then after that, here's the important part. Move the vehicle at least 15 feet and retighten the draw chain on each tire. Move the vehicle at least 15 feet and retighten the draw chain. And 15 feet, that means that after you get it hooked, you're going to drive, usually you drive forward about 15 feet or so, 10, 15 feet. And that's going to get everything kind of pushed around there so that you can retighten it, because you've got to get the chain underneath the tire, right? Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to slide it in through the red hole like that. Okay, and see, it said to go through 2 if you can, and this one is set up so we can. That, okay, like that, and now I'm going to hook it. I'm going to hook it over here to an area as tight as I can get it, like that. Okay, so far so good. Look at that. Does that look there? See how it went up through there? There was a little notch in there to keep that tight. And I ran it through that hoop, ran it through this hoop, came across, stretches as tight as I could, and hooked it in like that. Okay? See? It looks pretty much like that. Except he's down a little lower, but I went up higher, because if I go down lower, this is too long. You see? Had I have gone down, had I have taken that, like that, and gone down here, see? You just go up where you can, get the slop out of that. There, like that. Okay? And I've got this chain, this middle chain in the center of the tire, pretty much on there. And now I could pull, I'll move the car, and we'll act as though I'm going to move it 15 feet, okay? We'll act as though I've already moved it 15 feet right now. And I'll get in the car, and because I'm in the garage, I'm just going to back it up a little bit. I'm going to pull forward a little, and then that's going to line things up a little bit better on the back side of this tire. And then I can redo this, meaning, does this need to be tighter? Do I need to pull the chain over and get it lined up a little bit better, and all that, okay? So that's what I'm going to do next.